Next dataset option is label. Okay, label.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, labeling the program.
Yeah, have you seen that yesterday?
Okay, ma'am. No, no, ma'am. I have not seen.
Okay, so now what I'm doing is
Yes, ma'am.
I'm labeling the dataset. Okay, so for that what I have to do, so basically I'm labeling the dataset. So data class, I want to label the
Ma'am,
class. Yeah,
ma'am, labeling and giving title are same or what?
we are labeling the dataset name. Okay, basically we have seen yesterday we have labeled variable names, right? Now I am trying to label the
Yes,
dataset name. So our dataset name is class, right?
yes, ma'am.
So this is our dataset name is class. Now I'm trying to label that. Okay, and in the meanwhile I will show you how to label variables also. Okay, by using label option.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it clear? Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
now I will give the name as SHCP 2008 batch. Okay, I want that to be labeled as SHCP 2008 batch. Okay, and now where it is in the set SAS help dot class. Okay, label, and I also try to label the variables also. What are the variables we have? We have name, sex, age. Okay,
Age, sex, height.
okay, I will label name as person name and sex as gender. Okay, I will label. So now I will do name equal to, in the quotations, um, student name, student underscore name, and I will give sex as, in the quotations, gender. Okay, now run the program. See now I'm seeing the same data, right? See, anything got changed here?
Yes, ma'am.
No, nothing got
No, ma'am.
changed.
It did not change.
Yeah, why? Where you have to see that? You have to go to labels, column labels. Now you got it right. See, you usually you will see it
Uh,
column names. In the view option, you have to go here, and in the column labels you can see now student name, gender. Okay, where you can see the data set name that we have assigned. What is the data set name we have assigned? SHCP 2008 batch, right? So where you can see that,
ma'am,
yeah,
what if we print it? Print it, then what will come? Student's name or name directly?
yeah, I will show you that. Okay, so where you
Okay,
can
ma'am.
see
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is, you have to go here table properties. You will have some table properties. When you click on those table properties, now it is showing. See, name is class, and the description that we have assigned is what? Label, SHCP 2008 batch. And for columns, when you go to the columns, we have labeled name as student name and sex as gender. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you want to print that, right? Okay, let me print that. I will give the name as class 1. Okay. Now run the program. You got the same data, but labels you can check where you can check the labels. See,
Column.
what is this? So here you can check your labels. You can give your labels, but you can check it in the view option, okay? Or else you can check them here, table properties. When you go to the table properties, there you can see what are the labels that are assigned to this data set. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Okay. Next, move on to the next topic. Next thing is point options. Yesterday we have seen OBS and first OBS and OBS option, right? What is first OBS and OBS
Yes,
option?
ma'am. Ma'am, first OBS is like, say for example, we have 10 observations. Then if we want our uh, like the results to start from the fifth observation, then we have to use the first OBS and we have to write 5. So the program will start with the fifth observation, and observation is the last observation, like from fifth to 10th we want. So we will get in the results only from the fifth observation to the 10th observation, that is first observation and observation.
Okay, good. So today we will see point option. Okay. So point option is
Okay, ma'am.
nothing but if you want to get particular, if I want, for example, in this class data set, I want eighth one to be got printed in my results. How can I do that? I just
First
want
OBS
only
equals to 8 we have to give.
that time what it will consider. If you give first OBS equal to 8, then it will give rest of the OBS also, right? First OBS means it where we want it to start, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if we wanted to read only specific set of observations from the source dataset, we could use the values of first OBS and OBS. Okay, but the set statement is
Hmm.
provided with a point option. Like we can assign point and we can give some options, any observation number that allows us to point to and select a given observation. Okay, let me explain that with you with an example. Okay, let's see data. I will give data set name as class 2. Okay, now set SAS help dot class. I'm taking the same data set. Okay, now I will take point. Okay, point equal to which OBS do we want. Okay, for example, eighth. Okay, eighth one I want. Okay, let's give point 8. Okay, and output. Why we are assigning output? Hmm?
Ma'am, because we need it in our result, the observation 8, we need it in our result, so
Yeah,
in output
because
window.
by default SAS reads all the data sets, right? If I given SAS help dot class and class, it reads by default all the outputs. I mean all the data, all the observations, right? So if we give output, it becomes very specific. Like for example, see here you can see output data step output statement. What it do, the function writes the current observation to a SAS data set. Okay, it reads that specific data set only. Okay, so assign output.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the next one? So after that, so for first two OBS, what we will do, if we give observation number, what happens after that? Until the end it studies, right? So if you want to end that by
Yes,
there,
ma'am.
what you have to do, you have to assign stop. Okay, so it will stop by there. Okay, it reads only 8 and it stops by there. Okay, and run. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
but the thing is, in the point option, we cannot be able to assign any constant numeric values. So what we have to do, we have to use slice option. Slice, we have an option called slice equal to, here we will assign the number, observation numbers that we wanted. Okay, here what we will do, we will give slice. Okay, now run the program. See, now I got just only one observation. Which one I got?
Eighth observation.
Eighth observation. Let's check, cross check. Okay, that is eighth observation. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am. Janet.
So what
Yes,
if I
ma'am.
want
Clear.
more than one observation? See, for example, I want eighth, and I want first, and I want fifth one, and then I want eighth, sorry, ninth one, and I want 17th one. Okay, does this works same for this one as well?
Yes, ma'am. Let's try.
Okay, you want me to try like this? Okay, we got an error. Why? It's
Ma'am,
showing.
because we use the stop option.
Mm-hmm. So
Stop option. We have used the stop option.
okay, let's see. The SAS system stopped processing this step because of errors. The data set be incomplete. When this step was stopped, there was zero observations. Okay, we stopped it, right? So in this case,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we have to do here, for after reading each observation, it has to end there and it has to continue. So for that, we will assign end. Okay, so we will assign end
Okay,
statement.
ma'am.
So we want to do randomly, right? So for that we will assign do here. Okay, what this do will do, see what this do
And
will
this
do,
will read all the observations.
see it will reads
Access
randomly
statement
one
between.
after the other. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so now with this, whenever you give do option, you have to end that with end option. Okay, now run the program. See, now I got it right. So what we have to
Yes,
do, if
ma'am.
we have more than one observation, in such case assign do option. Okay, it randomly reads one after the other and it ends. Okay, so we have to assign do and end option. Whenever you use do option, you have to assign end option also. Okay, this is about
Yes, ma'am.
point option. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am. Do with end and slice with stop.
Yes. Okay, now
Okay, ma'am.
another option is EOF. Okay, see, now I have ran this program. In the log window, what I am seeing, see, let me show you with an example. Okay, This EOF option we use to check how many observations are in a SAS dataset at runtime, or also to detect when you have reached the last observation in a data step. For example, you ran a program. See, let me run some program. Maybe I will take the same one. Okay, now I will run this program. So if I want to see how many observations that I have ran, how I will do? I have to go all the way down and I can see it, right? 19 observations that has been run by
19
the program.
observations.
Okay. For example, I will take another one. Okay. I will run air. Okay. Now run the program. If I want to check now how many observations that I have run, what I have to do? I have to go all the way down, right? See, now I can see it's 100 observations. This is
100.
one way of looking for your observations, that how many observations are in a SAS data set at runtime. There is another way with the help of EOF option. Okay, how can we do that? And also, if I want to see the last observation, what is the last observation and how many observations, how can I know that? If I come to log window, I will be able to know how many observations are read. See, there are 144 observations. Instead of going all the way down, I can also look it in the log window, right? But if I want to know which is the last observation, how can I know that? For that we will use EOF option. Okay. Data, I will give null. Null, why we use null option?
Because that is the last observation.
No. Null specifies that SAS doesn't create a data set. If we create a data set with the data statement, it creates a data set, right? Like this in the work library. To know this,
Yes, ma'am.
we don't need to create a data set, right? If we give null, it specifies SAS does not need to create a data set, okay? When it executes the data step, okay? Now if I give null, it won't create a data set, okay? Set SAS help dot class end equal to EOF, okay? If EOF, then do, okay? And put name equal to underscore n underscore. Why I give put name equal to underscore n underscore, or else I will give it this way. I will give underscore n underscore equal to name equal to, also I will give age equal to, and run. So if I run this program, what will be my result? In the log window, I will be able to see how many observations are there in this class dataset, and also I will be able to get who is the
The
last
last observation.
observation and his age. Okay, can I run this
Yes,
program?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
See, Here I am seeing n underscore n equal to
19 observations.
19 observations. See, there were 19 observations read from the data set. And name. What is the last observation person name? William. And his age is
William, age
15.
15.
What if I want
Yes, ma'am.
his height? Just do the same. Height equal to. Okay. Now
We'll
run.
add height. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
now run the program. See, you got it right?
Yes, ma'am. 66.5.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
This is how we do. So
EOF.
the end option to the set statement defines a variable. Here EOF for EOF means end of file. That means the last one. Okay. That is set to
Yes,
1
ma'am.
when the last observation is processed. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then the next one is retain and sum. Retain and sum. So we usually use this retain and sum which causes a variable that is created to retain. Retain means hold. Okay, its values from one
Hmm.
iteration to of the data step to the next. For example, I have given three observations. One, two, three. I want the sum of it. Okay,
Okay.
so
Hmm.
how can I calculate this sum? So I want this to be retained. I want cumulative sum. What is cumulative sum? Cumulative sum means, so first one equal to 1 and then it carries the first result to the second one. That means 1 plus
2.
2 equal to 3. Okay, what is the next value? 3
1
plus,
plus 2 plus 3.
no, 3 plus
3.
3 equal to 9.
9.
So
6.
this is
6. 6.
cumulative sum, right?
Ma'am, 6.
Oh, sorry. Okay, this is cumulative
Yes,
sum,
ma'am.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I want cumulative sum, how can I do that? By using the retain option. So a retain statement overrides its default values. Okay, this retain statement tells
Okay.
SAS not to set variables with missing values when going from the current iteration of the data step to the next. That is, SAS retains the values. Okay, let's see with an example.
Hmm.
Data test equal test. Okay, input. I will give some name, variable name x or maybe a. Okay, data lines. Data lines are cards. Both are same. Okay, you can use anything. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I will give one here, two, three, four, five. Okay. Now run the program. What happens now?
Uh,
I just got this dataset created on the name of test. Okay. Now what I will do
okay.
is, now look at the, so let me create another code. Okay, now I will do data. Okay, I want test underscore sum. I want this sum of this test. Okay, set, and where is a test file, right? test data set. From test data set, I want that. Okay, now run. If I give just sum, what I will get? Sum statement.
Ma'am, you will get the as a whole sum of the 5 observations.
Okay, let me try that. Sorry, I didn't give the sum statement. I will give now. I want the b. B equal to sum of b comma a. Okay, what is the b? B is the result that I will get. See, this is, if I think these values, see, these 1 2 3 values are a, this result, the result that I get is b, right? So now I want the b values, so that is equal to sum of b comma a. Okay, now run the program. Let's see what's going to happen. Will I get sum or not? I got the same values. Even though if I give sum, I got the same values for a and b. But if I want cumulative sum, what I have to do? That's what we are talking earlier, right?
Retain.
Yeah,
Yes,
now
ma'am.
we have to give retain. If we give retain statement, then we will get retain
Cumulative
for b,
sum.
right? Okay, now run the program. See, now you got it, right?
Yes, ma'am. 3.
1 3 6 10 15. You got the cumulative sum.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is how we will get cumulative value of any data. Okay, next, move
Yes,
on
ma'am.
to next option. Okay, next option is first dot and last dot. Okay, so if you use a by statement along with a set statement in a data step, then SAS create two automatic variables. So we used before by statement or set statement. Earlier we have used set statement, right? But we haven't used by statement, right? So what happens if I use set statement and by statement together? Sorry for that. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, if we use a by statement along with a
Hello.
set statement in a data step, then SAS creates two automatic variables which is called first dot and last dot, where variable is the name of the by
Hmm.
variable. Okay, so the first variable has a
Yes,
value
ma'am.
1. So first variable has value 1 for the first observation in the by group and 0 for all other observations in the by group. Okay, let me explain you that with an example. Data. Okay, I will give some name. mm, Shahrukh input. Okay, Priya X. Okay, maybe I will change it to ID. Okay, cards. Okay, now I will give some observations. Sorry, I need to give more observations. This is missing value. Okay. So now I will run this program. See, now everything got printed, right? In the normal program, if I give the normal program, everything got printed. For observations, all the observations for variables id and x. Okay. Now I want first dot and
Yes, ma'am.
last dot. How I can do that? Data. I will create it as Shahrukh 1 set. Okay. Our name we have assigned Shahrukh, right? Dataset name earlier by. So I want that to be sorted by ID. Okay. ID first equal to first dot mm, first dot id. That's what I want to sort, right? So last, I want last values to be, so last dot id. Okay, run. Proc print data equal to Shahrukh 1. Okay, run. Now run this program. Let's see what's going to happen. Now what happened? See, in my earlier original data, what I have? See, I have only id and x variables. Now I have created first dot and last dot with two variables which assigned, for first variable it assigned one value, and for the last variable it assigned one as well. See, for the last one and the first one.
Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
And for the rest, for the remaining values it assigned 0 only. Have you noticed it? See, for
Yes, ma'am.
example, I have two variables, 2 90 2 89 2. Okay, now if I run this program, let's see. Look what I got for the first, for the first observation I got first value as 1, and for the remaining in the middle, whatever the observations that I have, that became noted as 0 0 under both the observations, and for the last one I got as 1, and for that second variable, second observation, for the second id number I got first value as 1, and remaining whatever I have which are noted as 0, and for the last one again 1. And I have only third, for third one I have only one observation, So I got 1 for both first and last variables. Have you noticed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We use this common as a common task in data cleaning. Okay, data cleaning, which is to identify observations with a duplicate ID number. Okay, if we set the data set by ID, see I have set by ID, right? Okay, then the observations which are not duplicated will be both the first and the last with the ID number, so that we can therefore write any observations which are not both first ID and last ID to separate data set and examine them. Are you clear, Ruchika? So that this is the way we can eliminate duplicate ID numbers. By this way we can
Yes,
eliminate
ma'am.
duplicate ID numbers easily. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay. This is about today's class. Dataset options we finished. We will